Universe is about to surprise you this July, and this is your forecast for your rising sign for this July. And if you also want to listen to your forecast based on your rising sign and moon sign, you can check it out on your Starcrossed app. It's available every single month. Additionally, you can see the important transits that are affecting you right now, what is happening in the sky. It gives you so much clarity when you really in the moment of like you just need some sort of clarification what the fuck is happening. All the links will be in my bio, and now let's get to this reading. Okay, Aries, we start July on July 3rd and 4th when Mars is actually conjuncting Uranus, and this is a lot of surprises, and this is a lot of quick decision making that will be required from you. It could be a lot of some sort of fights, verbal fights, or something that's actually happening to your vehicle, something that really has to do with your communication, studies, literally like writing, or even your siblings. So be careful about like traveling overall. It's still Mercury retrograde. Then on July 7th, we do have Neptune going retrograde in Aries. So really depends on your chart and where it really falls. It could be still first or 12th house, but overall, if it's 12th house, like it is going to be messy because Neptune is already kind of like adding a lot of delusion to you. If it's in the first house, still there might be some things that you were really delusional about yourself that you will need to reconsider and really see how you were like almost making some sort of decisions when you were almost drunk. July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means you really, like, you getting snatched. You starting eating healthy, you starting going to the gym, you start taking cold showers, really enjoying your routines, overall becoming the healthy diva that you could be, like you in your almond mom era almost. Like, this is what Venus and Virgo in the 6th house is really giving for you. July 14, we have new moon in Cancer, so something new beginnings that are about to arise in your family, home, roots, ancestors. Overall, your relationship at home, it could be the some sort of like renovations that you're doing at home. It could be that you are moving into the new place. It might be that you are buying some sort of new real estate, right? If you do, good for you. We do have also Leo season starts, and Jupiter also is in Leo on July 22nd. So for you, that means a lot of focuses really goes into playing around with the world, into the taking chances, risking, flirting, allowing your inner child to shine, allowing your like ideas and excitement really shine into the world, especially with Jupiter in Leo. Like you using that to really expand your worldview, you're really using that to take up more space and show the world who you actually are and what you're actually capable of. We have July 26th, Saturn going retrograde in Aries. So again, depending where your first house is, it could be 12th, it could be first house, but a lot of responsibilities that you have to do and reconsider and maybe take back and maybe go back to and finish them. Something that you promised to people, something that you promised to yourself. It could really affect you in a sense where you're trying to become somebody like really profound in your world, in your life, in your job even, but you keep failing with responsibilities that you have taken and promised yourself. So that would be the time to actually go back and fix that work that you have done and not done yet. And then we have north nodes and south nodes changing their signs. So north node moving into Aquarius and south node moving into the Leo. So for you, that means there is a lot of focus on building communities for the next year and a half for you. There is a lot of focus for you to be there's a lot of focus for you to be becoming a part of some sort of communities without really trying to have the spotlight shining on you solely. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be like this, like a big shift for you where you will learn that like community is actually very important. And then we end this month on July 29th when full moon in Aquarius is happening. It's actually the eclipse season, right? So a lot of crazy stuff, and it is also happening in your 11th house, meaning there is something about your communities, about your friendships, about your commitments to people that is going into the surface that will require a lot of your attentions. For a lot of you, will be around your social media presence. If you trying to become somebody who like people support, that would be about that. If not, it will be about your friends or even like people who almost like looking out for you like as a patrons. Taurus, so you have already big surprises happening in the beginning of the month on July 3rd and 4th when Mars actually conjuncting Uranus in your 2nd house of finances, of possessions, values, some sort of like budgets and money. So there will be a lot of quick decision making that will be required from you, or maybe like some sort of conflicts based on your like financial situations. Maybe in the best case possible, if you have like really high frequency, if you're really like living to the full potentials, it would be really quick opportunity to capitalize of something, do some sort of quick quick actions and take really advantage into your hands. If not, you'll probably have to spend a lot of money on something or get in some sort of like even, I don't know, like troubles could be the thing, especially if it has something to do with documents, if it has to do something with the knowledge, if it has to do something with your education or even with your transportation. But then we have on July 9, Venus entering Virgo. And for you, that means you kind of like start enjoying more your romantic side, your flirting side that takes risks, side that, gambles with life a little bit, that takes risks in shining and allowing inner child shine and really translate all of these ideas onto yourself. So that would be really fun. With the new moon happening on July 14, for you, new moon in Cancer, it's really all about new beginnings when it comes to writing, when it comes to communication, when it comes to your near environment, such as siblings and neighbors. So there will be some sort of new events happening there, a new space that's been created for those events specifically. Then on July 22nd, we do have Leo season starting, and for you, that means focus is really coming to and expanding on because Jupiter is also in Leo during that time, on your family, on your relatives, on your ancestors, on place where you live and really call home, or maybe like the place that you already left, but it's kind of like calling you back and asking for your attention. Maybe it will be about buying a new house, maybe it's about moving into a new apartment, maybe it's about just visiting your relatives and seeing what's up with that. We do have Mercury going direct in Cancer on July 23rd. So a lot of things that you had to reconsider and go back to and fix, and things that were slowing you down, listen, like they're about to finally start making sense. And on July 26th, we have Saturn retrograde in Aries. It really like depends like on your house placements, but basically Saturn retrograde is all about the commitments that you promised to do and to make, and especially if you about to hit your 30s, like it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. And this Saturn retrograde is going to highlight what exactly have you not been able to take as a responsibility and really to fulfill it, because like universe will take what's hers. Universe will take it, and if you've been slacking, if you've been failing on your responsibilities, that would be the time that's going to hit you the hardest. If you've been really good with this, no problems at all. Then July 26th, we have North nodes moving into Aquarius and Leo, and for you, that means there's a lot of shift for you on career in general. You starting to really focus more on about like what are you becoming, what is your reputation, what are your goals, what are all of those things, So that's really a lot of like growth that will be happening for the next year and a half in that area of life for you. And then we have also full moon in Aquarius, which is also like an eclipse season. So a lot of crazy stuff again happening in your 10th house. That means a lot of events that are on the spotlight for you about your career, about your reputation, about what you represent as a person, as a professional, and like what type of history you have. And maybe for a lot of you, it will be time to actually quit your career almost and start something like really like finally find the place where you being appreciated when it comes to your career, or just highlight your own skills that people have been ignoring for a while. But this is your forecast. Gemini, so we already started the month with a big surprises happening, because on July 3rd and 4th, Mars is conjuncting Uranus in Gemini. So that means it's a lot of quick decision making and quick conflicts and quick situations that require your immediate attention, especially with some sort of actions that you've been doing on your own, with some sort of desires that you had, like you acted on an impulse, or you did something because you wanted it, and now it's actually like asking for your attention. It could be something really positive, something that's going to give you amazing ideas and you're going to really put it into the real life actions immediately, or it could be something where you overall will have to like deal with some sort of problems and resolve them really fast, like literally within a couple days. On July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means you're really enjoying time at home, you're staying at home, you're being cozy, chill, just enjoying hosting people, cooking your favorite food, and like not really bothering about people and all this social activity, which is also like exciting, like I'm not gonna lie. New moon in Cancer is happening on July 14, and for you, that means there is a lot of new beginnings around your finances, around your budget. There will be something that you will decide to start, and I encourage you to start something amazing there, even if, even though Mercury is still retrograde and you're Gemini rising, you're ruled by Mercury, there could be a lot of changes where it's like, let's just change things, but don't worry about that, because yeah, it's all about maybe like new job, maybe new projects, maybe new side hustles that you are doing, and it's gonna be actually like very exciting for you. Then Leo season starts, and Jupiter is also in Leo already on July 22nd, and for a lot of you that means that your focus is really on education, communication, creating acquaintances, creating some sort of writing projects where you literally will be writing something, where you literally will be doing some sort of, some sort of writing and communication. Like, what else can I say? It could also really bring a lot of your attention to your siblings and to your neighbors, or even some sort of method of transportations that will be require a lot of attention, and you will be focusing on, such as, driver's license. Who knows? July 23rd is when Mercury goes direct in Cancer, and for you that means a lot of thoughts that you had about your finances, a lot of thoughts you had around your, like, what are you doing with your life in general, and with the resources that you have, such as time and health and literal possessions, gonna start making sense. On July 26th, we have Saturn going retrograde, and Saturn retrograde is really bringing your attention to a lot of full responsibilities that you had to fulfill and you yet to fulfill, or maybe you failed to fulfill. But almost universe is going to point out where you are lacking responsibilities, where you are lacking discipline, and what you will really need to go back, fix, and really get your life together to start moving forward, and just feel more like that universe don't have to slow you down anymore. On July 26th, North Node and South Node, so like karmic nodes, are moving into Aquarius and Leo. And with the full moon that's happening in Aquarius, which is also eclipse season, there will be a lot of attentions for you on expansion, and expansion when it comes to overall your mindset, or maybe like a little expansion when you're traveling abroad, when you're getting some sort of like high education, when you're being coached by somebody who is really expanding your world, who is really expanding your ideas of what the world is and what you are, what's possible and what's not possible in this world. And for the next year and a half, it will be really the main topic for you of development and things where you will feel like, maybe you're not the best of this, maybe you're not in the, have the strongest suit there, but you are developing those skills and you moving forward. So this is going to be your July, and let me know what's happening with you. Cancer. So we already started the month with a big surprise when Mars conjuncting Uranus, and it's just a lot of quick decision making, a lot of thoughts, and a lot of even some sort of quick conflicts and problems that really point out to your attention, like what exactly you need to change, what exactly you need to do, what exactly you need to pay attention to, like right now, right here, right now. If you have like a really high frequency and you live into your full potential, it could be actually a very exciting news about some sort of, I don't know, somebody helping you in secret, somebody like some sort of, ancestors and like higher powers like helping you to go through something. But for people with not such a high frequency, it could be really all about having some sort of things that were hidden, some sort of secrets to come to the surface and almost like attack you. So it's gonna pass really quickly, but it's also gonna be really highlighted. It's going to be like very much on the nose for a lot of you. On July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you that means it's really good time for communications. It's really good time to have some sort of good news. It's really good time to start some sort of writing projects, or enjoy reading, enjoy education, enjoy just like being active butterfly, like talk to people and enjoy companies. And a lot of you could actually meet positive acquaintances who could translate, who doesn't have to translate into lovers, from your immediate environment, like such as neighbors, maybe your siblings will introduce you to someone. And then we have new moon in Cancer. So for you, this is like a new year that's happening like right now. For a lot of you, this is the moment when you start feeling like, oh, things are moving for me again. Things are happening. Like a lot of focus on your desires, what you want to do, what you're representing. Maybe some of you will change some sort of image that you have, like do a haircut or do something, do something about it. Leo season starts on July 22nd, and Jupiter will be in Leo as well, so there will be some sort of quick conjunction happening there too. And for a lot of you, it's really a moment of like, okay, we're making money, money moves, we're doing something. And for a lot of you, it will be really area of expansion when it comes to finances for the next year and a half. So use that time and really grow. Mercury will go direct on July 23rd. So a lot of, confusions you had about like what you need to do, what you don't need to do, it will really start making sense. So don't worry about that. Saturn goes retrograde in Aries on July 26th. And the thing is, when Saturn goes retrograde, it's really bringing your attention to some sort of failed responsibilities that you failed to fulfill. So universe is going to really highlight you where you've been slacking and where you've been just like, like, why are you AFK? Like, you need to get back, start grinding, be really consistent with what you do, maybe put on some discipline, and yeah, see how things will start working out. Because if you don't, universe will really slow you down, because Saturn is all about slowing you down and showing you some sort of obstacles before you understand that you need to be more consistent and more disciplined with your commitments. On July 26th, North Node and South Node changing signs. So with the full moon, that is also eclipse season, is happening in Aquarius for a lot of you, and actually a huge focus for the next year and a half. It will be all about some sort of critical situations, some sort of even like other people resources and overall transformations that will be really a big topic for you for the next year and a half. I don't want you to freak out, but you really need to like admit yourself to some sort of big transformation, to really allow your old self die, or to recognize some sort of problems that you've been having with debt or other people's power or resources or student loans that you will need to fix and do and become almost like an expert in this field for the next year and a half. Leo, so we start July with already exciting news when Mars conjuncting Uranus in Gemini. So for a lot of you, it will be about really fast decision making and fast attention that will really be required from you, fast actions when it comes to your friends, your immediate environment, your social media skills, your supportive environment, and people who you call really a community. There could be some conflicts, there could be some projects that you need to do together, but it will really require July 3rd, July 4th, a fast decision making, fast attention, but it's also going to pass really fast. So it's not like nothing crazy, but there will be some sort of like what is happening. Like it will be a roller coaster that also kind of like has, dangerous effect to it. This is how I'm going to put it. If you're high frequency, you don't have to worry about it. It's probably going to be some like really exciting project with your friends. If you're low frequency, yeah, like you're going to feel it. Your ass is going to hurt for a couple of days, but you've been there. July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means there is a lot of actually excitements about making money. There is a lot of good fortune when it comes to making money. There is a lot of there's a lot of consistency and structure and good luck almost. It's not going to be something crazy, but it will be something about you just overall having better relationship with your money. On the other hand, if you like don't really have control over yourself, you could be spending money like crazy during that time, especially when it comes to some sort of books, pencils, and maybe like organizers and like some sort of furniture, even like something practical. You could be spending a lot of money on that. On July 14, we have new moon in Cancer that's happening, and for you, this is a new beginning that you are starting either in secret, some sort of secrets projects that you're working on. It could be your creative projects, or it could be even your social media projects that you are starting and expanding on. Also, July 22nd, it's Leo season and Jupiter in Leo as well. So for you, there is a lot of actions and ideas, and also focus on who you are, what you do, what are your specific actions that you're taking, what are your specific desires that you do, what has been like always you meant to do but never allowed yourself to do. This is time to shine. And for the next actually year and a half, when, well, actually like a little over than a year, Jupiter will be in Leo, and for you that means like you are growing as a person, and if you're really using that energy, you will be popular. If you're using that energy, you will be really like rich, popular, like have some sort of respect. But if you're low frequency, you're just gonna gain some weight. Ask Cancer risings who gain some weight. It's true. Jupiter going to the first house, expansion, body, you know what that means. I'm not manifesting this for us as a Leo rising. As you can tell, I am very Leo, but get it together. Let's grow. July 23rd, we have Mercury going direct in Cancer. So a lot of, again, like things like you might have felt like you're really stuck in some sort of swamp, like when things are like not moving, you don't know what to do, back and forth, back and forth. It's okay. Things are going to start making sense, but Saturn will go retrograde on July 26th. And for you, that means there's going to be some sort of attention brought to you by responsibilities that you have failed to fulfill. There is something that you need to fulfill. There is something that you promised yourself to do. And if you're not doing this, universe is going to really bring this attention to you and say, hey, wake the fuck up. You gotta do something. You owe me something. And Saturn is all about slowing you down and showing you obstacles before you realize that you need to show some sort of commitment and be more disciplined with yourself. On July 26th, karmic knows a changing sign, and on July 29th we have full moon, which is also an eclipse in Aquarius. So there's a lot of focus for the next year and a half that will be and will start actually from the end of this July on partnerships, on best friends, on your clients, and the way how you work with public. That will really bring a lot of attention, and you will almost have to like relearn everything that you knew about this specific area of your life and become a new expert in this field. Like, you're almost going back to school when it comes to your relationship, friends, commitments, partners, and so on. Virgo rising, so we start this July with some sort of unexpected news and things that require your immediate attention when it comes to your career, when it comes to your professional persona, and overall your position in society. So there might be some sort of quick conflicts, quick verbal conflicts, or some sort of things that will like require your immediate attention that will literally like, you will have to do it right on the spot. You will get some news. Do not like, don't try to sit this one out. You'll need to like fix something immediately. For some of you who are really high frequency, it's really going to be all about, amazing ideas and opportunities to quickly capitalize on something and really translate your genius ideas into life. If you're not so high frequency, it's probably going to be some sort of conflicts that are activating around your job, around your work opportunities that you will have to address like literally on the spot. It's happening on July 3rd and 4th. July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo. For you, that means you're feeling beautiful, you're feeling amazing, you're attracting people around you, you enjoying yourself to the fullest, you kind of like enjoying yourself, so like that's amazing. If you want to do something that really comes from your heart, you really have some sort of desires, do it, because Venus in the first house really allowing you to manifest whatever you want to manifest. July 14, we have new moon in Cancer. So for you, that means some sort of new beginnings with your friendships, with your communities, with people who you support. If you're trying to grow on social media, this is also something amazing that is happening and translating during this time. On July 22nd, we have Leo season, and Jupiter is entering Leo. So for you, this also Jupiter in Leo is like really some sort of big attention, and your focus overall on some sort of secrets, on some sort of secret life, secret projects that you are doing, or overall things that you're not seeing and they're happening on subconscious level that will be bringing your attention to it. Maybe you will be asking yourself, why am I following certain patterns? Why am I doing certain things? Something is in your subconsciousness knows it, but you as a conscious person don't know this, and you will be trying to like complete those things together, put two and two together. On July 23rd, Mercury will go direct. So for you, that means if you had any miscommunications with your friends, if you didn't really know like where you're going with your friendships, or with some sort of project that you're really dreaming about in the future, things are going to start making more sense. Things are really going to come, to some sort of like logical continuation, and you will be able to move forward freely. Then on July 22nd, on July 26th, we have Saturn going retrograde. And the thing about Saturn retrograde, especially in Cancer for you, that like you are learning how to really like, for a lot of you are learning how to like really not go over the limit with your credit card. A lot of you are really learning what it means to take on some sort of loan, to take some sort of credit cards, and like not be so unresponsible with this. If you're really irresponsible, this Saturn retrograde is really gonna like hit you hard and be like, hey, you need to wake up and you need to stop using your credit card for everything. You need to stop like putting your credit card for the table that you want to close, or for like some sort of things that you want to buy but you don't have finances for. You need to get so realistic about this, and then only then you will be able to understand what it means. So Saturn really shows some sort of problems. Saturn really shows some sort of obstacles. Saturn really slows things down. I had my Saturn go through my 8th house. Like, it was the time when like I was like, okay, so maybe I didn't have to like ruin my credit score because of that, because of some sort of things that I bought. So you better wake up. We do have North Node and so karmic nodes in overall changing their signs, and with the full moon that's happening in Aquarius, which is also an eclipse season, there is something about your health, there is something about your work, there is something about your co-workers and your daily routine that is really coming to the surface, and it will be actually a big moment of focus and almost like growth zone for you for the next year and a half that will require a lot of your attention. And it's almost like you will have to go back to school to really rewrite that part of your life and come out as a new person for the next year and a half. Again, when it comes to work, co-workers, your health, your hobbies, all of that. Libra, so we already started the month on July 3rd and 4th when Mars conjuncts Uranus. For you, that means there is a lot of quick, unexpected news and unexpected things that you need to get done, like literally immediately right now. For a lot of you, it could be something about expansion, about your bigger picture and worldview. Maybe it's about traveling, foreign documents, getting some sort of visas, or even your higher education that will literally require your immediate attention. So it will be literally like, hey, you need to do this right now. You need to get it done right now. You will not be able to sit this one out, so don't even try. For a lot of you, if you high frequency, it's really going to be about amazing ideas that you will have, how you can expand, how you can do something to really accelerate to the highest level. You know what I'm saying? If you're not so high frequency, probably will be some sort of troubles and problems that you are having abroad with different cultures, different conflicts. July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means you having some sort of secret pleasures. Maybe you're doing something in secret. Maybe you're going away and you're enjoying your time at the nature, just like doing something by yourself, just like, like having time for of your life for yourself. So this is amazing. You might be chatting with some sort of discreet people online that, like promise you all love in the world. So like, don't get too delusional about that. We have new moon in Cancer that's happening on July 14, and for you, this is a big moment that when it comes to your career, professional life, something where you are expanding, something when you enjoying growth and professional responsibilities, and you're this like work persona that people enjoy and that people respect even. So big beginnings. Maybe you already know what that is. July 22nd, we have Leo season starting with Jupiter in Leo. And the thing is, like, this is a moment to party. Like, we came to party, like we came to have all people up, staying up all night, going to the concerts, enjoying your friends. For a lot of you, it could be a big pivoting moment when it comes to social media, like when you're paying a lot of attention, when you're expanding your social media influence, when you're getting a lot of friends, and when overall friendship is requiring a lot of your attention. Then on July 23rd, Mercury goes direct in Cancer, and for you, that means if you've been doing some sort of decisions, if you've been thinking about your career, if you've been almost like lost in some sort of translations when it comes to your career and when it comes to your professional life, things are finally making sense. Things are finally able to move forward. If you had to go back and fix something, redo your resume, redo your some sort of like CV, CVS, like whatever you call this thing, you'll be able to get through it. You'll be able to move forward without any problems here. Saturn also goes retrograde on July 26th. And the thing about Saturn, especially in your 7th house, if you're feeling like lonely as fuck, you probably will be feeling it like that. But Saturn is all about teaching you some sort of, showing you obstacles and slowing you down when it comes to your discipline and commitment. So if you had problems being committed, if you have been problems with, being an adult about your relationship, about your clients, about your best friends, about the public audience, if you've been failing on some sort of responsibilities and commitments, this is really going to come and get you and haunt you. So Saturn retrograde is going to allow you this chance to go back and fix those little things. But I remember when Saturn was going through my 7th house, that was like the loneliest time in my life. If you feel like that, I mean, I don't know, drop a comment, find some friends. North Node and South Node moving to different signs on July 26th. So karmic nodes are changing their sign, and we have full moon in Aries, which is also an eclipse season. So for a lot of you, the next year and a half, and it's actually going to start from July 29th, a lot of focus and a lot of growth will be happening when it comes to your inner childness and creative part of you, and overall allowing you some sort of like saying what, yes, and what if, right? Saying what if, and really taking chances and really, playing with the life. And that would be really a huge area of growth for you. So, see how all that gonna work out for you. Scorpio rising. So we do have month happening, starting with like some sort of like, the thing is for you, it's likely to be in an 8th house. It's like to be still not in the 8th house, but Mars is conjuncting Uranus, and Mars is really like aggressive planets. It's like when we're getting like random cuts and we're like hurting ourselves on accident. Uranus is something unexpected news, something that requires your immediate attention right here, right now. So just like try to be safe around July 3rd, July 4th. There's a lot of like unexpected things that will require either your full attention or either, some sort of things to do with it, get things done. If you're really high frequency, it could be some sort of amazing ideas like about business, about your, I don't know, like how how to use your loans to really like accelerate some of your businesses. But if you're not such a high frequency, it could be actually a little bit more problematic when it comes to transformation and even like some sort of like danger and like critical situations. So, stay inside, like whatever it takes. July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means you're really getting a lot of fun with your friends. You're really enjoying company. You're really good, having good time overall. You're having good time overall outside. It's a great time if you're trying to grow your social media and you have like easier time doing it. It's best time if you're really trying to hang out with your friends, go to the beach together, do something together, like be this like active social butterfly. Like this is truly a good time. July 14, we have new moon in Cancer. So some sort of new beginnings that you are starting when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to expansion, when it comes to growth, when it comes to acceleration, and really becoming like a bigger version of you mentally. Also, maybe you literally will be just like traveling and starting some sort of new projects abroad with people who you like don't necessarily connect to, based like on a from birth, like maybe it's people from different countries, different cultures with different mindsets. And we have Leo season starting on July 22nd and Jupiter and Leo also being there. So a lot of focuses will really be on your career, on expanding your career for the next year when Jupiter is in Leo as well. So think about like how you can expand it and really almost like take up more space when it comes to your professional opinions, sharing your professional opinions, becoming almost like this unstoppable force when it comes to like respecting your opinions and showing leadership. On July 23rd, we have Mercury going direct in Cancer. So again, if you've been having some sort of troubles and why am I doing this? If you've been having some sort of troubles thinking about expansion or getting your degree or getting some sort of like high level educations or while traveling, or you were not able to get some sort of visa, now that Mercury goes direct, it will be actually very easy to do. It will be actually very easy to, it will be easier. It will be easier. That's all I can say. And things will start finally make sense if you've been having some sort of like affairs abroad and you've been talking to some sort of people from the abroad, like it's gonna be easier right now. Saturn goes retrograde in Aries on July 26th because it's still very early in the degrees of Aries. I'm not gonna necessarily connect it to any house, but when Saturn goes retrograde, it's really putting your attention to the things where you've been slacking on and not really fulfilling your responsibilities. So if you've been if you promised yourself to do something consistently, to be working hard, to do some sort of work and stay consistent, and you've been failing that, universe is gonna really show you where you've been slacking, and almost like when I don't know, moving on, you will have to really show up for yourself in a very disciplined, very committed way. This is what I want to say. July 26th, karmic nodes are changing their sign, and on July 29th, we have full moon in Aquarius, which is also an eclipse season. So is it? I think it is. The thing is, the next year and a half will be really all about a lot of growth, a lot of focus on your house, on your family, on your ancestors, on the building you live in, real estate that you own. And it's almost like you will have to like relearn all patterns and become a new version of yourself when it comes to, again, all of these areas. So, pay attention to this, see how it's gonna go for you. And this is you. Sagittarius, so we do start this month with very unexpected news, especially when it comes to your partnerships. I'm not necessarily going to tie it to your partnerships because like it's still very early in the Gemini, but Mars conjuncting Uranus, and it could really require a lot of your attention. It could really require a lot of your immediate actions when it comes to some sort of paperwork, some sort of, like even documents and I don't know, like, are you in any like lawsuits? Are you like doing something with the legal stuff? That could really require a lot of your attentions. The best case scenario, you're really going to be some sort of amazing ideas that you're going to pull off with your partners, with your friends, with your spouses. If you're not so high frequency, it really could be about you just needing to put in some sort of actions really fast, put some sort of actions immediately. You won't be able to sit this one down, so like don't even try. Get it over with, get it done with, move forward. July 9, we have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means that you do have more luck, more charm when it comes to your career, when it comes to you showing yourself as a professional. Maybe you will be coming to work and people will be like really cheering you up. Totally possible. And maybe you will find some sort of luck and even like some sort of situationship with your boss, with somebody who's older than you, with somebody who has a lot of power, somebody who has like so much more, like to offer. Or it will be just like overall you getting some sort of promotions, but good news here for sure. New moon in Cancer on July 14 will be also a lot about new, some sort of resources, new, deeper psychological meanings, new, new transformations that you are allowing to finally happen, and you stop holding back. So, maybe you already created space for this, but you waited for a moment to really start shining and, become a butterfly. But July 22nd, we have Leo season, and Jupiter will be in Leo too. So overall, this is going to be a focus on expansion, getting almost like stepping into the new level and taking up more space when it comes to overall your philosophical self, like where you can show yourself as an expert, where you giving some sort of people advices, or where you getting sort of education, higher educations, or even like traveling abroad. Maybe you will be studying something abroad, maybe you will be traveling abroad, maybe you will be having some business abroad, but things like that. Mercury will go direct in Cancer on July 23rd, and for you, a lot of things that you were like reconsidering, especially if you've been feeling like things are just intense, you don't know what to do, you don't know what's happening, you don't know how to react, like some sort of beings like pushing you to transform into something that you outlived already, or from that will finally start making sense. And if you've been having some sort of miscommunications about your budgets and credit cards and like banks and taxes, like things will make more sense from now on. July 26th is when Saturn goes retrograde in Aries, and it's still early in the Aries, but when Saturn goes retrograde, it's really asking you to bring some sort of attention to the fulfillment that you were not really fulfilling, to the commitments that you were not fulfilling, you were not committed to. And if you've been really like disciplined and you promise yourself that you're going to do A, B, C, and you were following through, you don't have to worry about anything. That could be actually easier time for you. But if you promise yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to become that, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E, A, F, G, and you've been slacking, universe is literally going to push you down and show, hey, this is the problem. This is something they need to fix right now. This is where you need to become more disciplined with yourself. July 26th, North nodes and South nodes are moving into different signs, and we have full moon also happening in Aquarius. So overall, there's going to be a lot of highlights and almost like it's going to be really on the surface for you when it comes to your communication with your immediate circle, with your siblings, with your neighbors, but also overall the topics of education and writing and communicating with people and overall having acquaintance will be a really big topic for you for the next year and a half with those nodes that are happening right now. Capricorn rising, so we do have months starting on July 3rd and 4th with a lot of unexpected news and unexpected actions that you need to take, especially when it comes to your health, especially when it comes to your work environment, your co-workers, and overall the work that you do. It could be about your health routine and overall routine that you follow, but there will be something that will require a lot of your actions and a lot of your attentions, and you won't be able to sit this one down or sit this one out. If you really high frequency, that literally could be a moment when you will put a lot of actions, you put a lot of things into something genius, and it's gonna work out into this like a big project, right? Like at work or with your coworkers that you can do immediately and translate your genius ideas into life. If you're not so high frequency, that could actually be just like overall troubles, problems, unexpected fights and conflicts happening with your coworkers, and that are happening with with your again like health routine, things like that. July 9 is when Venus entering Virgo, and for a lot of you it's just like a good time to spend outside the country, spend with different cultures. Maybe you'll find some sort of situationship with people from different cultures who grew up in different cultures. And if you're really into some sort of philosophical studies and bigger studies and getting some sort of MBAs, this is also going to be a great time to do that. Maybe you will go back to learning some sort of languages, but it will be a good time for you to really like expand your mindset and almost like step into the mindset of abundance. Then we have new moon in Cancer happening on July 14th. So there's a lot of new beginnings when it comes to your partnerships, when it comes to some sort of legal stuff, when it comes to your best friends and the public audience that you are communicating with. Start new projects, get married if you want to, Mercury is retrograde here, so I don't know if you want to get married, but something new is cooking here. Maybe you already know what it is. On July 22nd, we do have Leo season and Jupiter and Leo being at the at the same time there. So a lot of your focus when it comes to intentions that you're putting out will be really either about resources that you don't own, meaning your credit cards, your debts, your student loans, your taxes that you owe, or wills that you're trying to like split with, like your family members. Or it could be overall about like the transformations and deeper understanding of what type of resources you have and don't have, and what type of patterns you live and have outlived. It will be a big topic for you. On July 23rd, Mercury goes direct in Cancer. So again, if you've been having miscommunications with your partners, if you've been having miscommunications with people, with your best friends, with the audience that you perform for, with some sort of like even legal stuff, now it's going to make more sense and things are going to go more smoothly. And, if you are confused now, Mercury retrograde, what can I tell? It's just like, it's just about like, it's just about going through it. July 26th, Saturn goes retrograde. So this is a big one for you, because if you are Capricorn rising, you're ruled by Saturn. That means there's a lot of things that you will be not only reconsidering, but Saturn retrograde is also bringing your attention to some sort of commitments that you are not fulfilling, to something that where you promise yourself, I'm going to be doing this, and this. When life is going to get easier, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to start working on my program, I'm going to start working on I'm going to, and if you didn't do anything, if those actions have not translated into the real world, this Saturn retrograde is going to wipe you down and going to show you, hey, you promised that you're going to do this, but you're not doing this. So what's the problem? So you really you still have a month to really figure this one out. On July 26th, karmic nodes are changing their sign, and then we have full moon in Aquarius as well. So there's something about your finances, there is something about your financial situation and the things you own and possess and things that have value in your life, meaning like even some sort of bags and jewelry and, something that has physical value. This is going to be a big moment of resolution, or something that will require a lot of your attention, and you really won't be able to again turn around and not pay attention to this, because this is big. And with the North Node moving into Aquarius as well, for the next year and a half, that will be area of growth for you that will require a lot of new learnings, a lot of understanding, a lot of reevaluating what you have learned about finances and money. Aquarius, so we start the months July 3rd and 4th with Mars conjunct Uranus. I mean, Uranus is your ruling planet, so this is going to be major, but there's going to be something about your creative side of your, the side of you that takes risks, and overall the side of you that willing to gamble, or just overall say what if, right? That will require a lot of your attentions and really do some sort of quick actions. So you won't be able to sit this one out, but at the same time, if you're really high frequency, if you're really living in a full potential, if you believe in yourself, it could be the moment when you will be able to translate your genius ideas into quick actions to quickly come up with something genius. That, this is one in a lifetime opportunities almost. Because, I mean, not once in a lifetime, but you know what I'm saying? For a lot of you, if you're not really in a high frequency, that could be a lot of problems, fights, conflicts, maybe with your kids, if you have kids, maybe with your creative part, maybe with your lovers and situationships that you are having. So, it could play out differently. July 9, you will have Venus entering Virgo. And for a lot of you, you almost being edgy a little bit. You almost experiencing some sort of fun when you're risking everything, when you go to the cold plunges, when you're experiencing this adrenaline and dopamine rush, when you are, experimenting in bed with something, but it's a good time if you're trying to really capitalize on someone else's resources, or maybe pay off your credit cards and use some sort of programs like that. But it's also good when you're trying to rejuvenate yourself. So if you're doing some sort of microneedling, if you're going to do some sort of, acupuncture, or leeches, or you're doing something so transformative with yourself, you will probably benefit from that a lot. And then on July 14, we have new moon in Cancer. So for you, that means there is a new beginning that you are setting intentions for when it comes to your work, your co-workers, your daily routine, your habits, and your health as well. So think about things that you were really trying to embody and plan for and get done in those areas of life. This is a good moment to plant your seeds and watch them grow for the next 6 months. On July 22nd, we have Leo season and Jupiter in Leo as well. So this is going to be a big focus on partnerships, on relationships. If you are in a relationship, they could grow into something bigger for sure. You can meet someone. It could also be about your business partners or best friends or audience that you work with, but also about legal stuff that will require a lot of your attention. Not necessarily something crazy, but the moment of expansion and growth will be happening there for you. July 23rd, we have Mercury going direct in Cancer. So if you've been having some sort of like, you've been messy, you've been missing your sleep patterns, you don't know what was going on, you were like missing some sort of like work deadlines, like things are going to go more smoothly from now on, and it will be just like easier time for you. July 26th, this is also major because Saturn goes retrograde, and Saturn is one of your rulers as well. So this will be a moment of like almost like shifting back again, even though Mercury retrograde just ended, but then your ruler planet goes retrograde, which is really like flipping it all around again for you. But basically Saturn retrograde is really bringing your attention to some sort of commitments and fulfillments that you promised that you're going to do, but then you slacked for some reason. So if you like think about any commitments when you said, oh my God, when I'm going to get this paycheck, when I'm going to get this, when I'm going to close this credit card, when I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E. Like I'm going to be working hard. I will be trying to do this. And then life slowed down and life really stopped like pushing you to the edge and you start slacking, right? This is going to be the attention that will be required from you. And on July 26th, North nodes and the karmic nodes in general changing their signs, and we have full moon in Aquarius. So this is like really a big focus on you, your own personality, how people see you, what do you bring to the world, but also what type of actions you translate into the world to really show yourself, right? Like there will be a lot of overall growth happening for the next year and a half when North node will be in there. So it's almost like you will be going back to school to learn more about who you are. It will be completely a moment of renewal and becoming almost like a new version of yourself. So Aquarius rising, this is really major. Pisces rising, so we start month on July 3rd and 4th with Mars conjunct Uranus, and for you that means there's a lot of quick unexpected actions that will be required from you, a lot of attention when it comes to your house, your family, your relationship with your parents, ancestors, places where you grew up, or overall the property that you own and call home. So for a lot of you, it could be really once in a lifetime, like a quick something where you either put a lot of actions and you buy this house, or you put a lot of actions and you do something really genius with your family, you create some sort of legacy for your family. Or if you're not so high frequency, you actually could be a lot of fights, a lot of problems, a lot of some sort of, like dangerous situations that really require a lot of like quick thinking and a lot of resolution. Because it's Uranus and Mars together, it will be really quick. It's really going to be like, it's going to be the craziest 24 hours of your month probably, but you won't be able to sit this one out, so don't even try, but it's gonna pass also really quickly. On July 9th, we do have Venus entering Virgo, and for you, that means there is a lot of focus on partnerships and joy from your partnerships, good time with your friends, best friends specifically, right? Like it seems like one person that is very special. Could be a public audience or even some sort of legal stuff that you're going through that will be really easier to go through or have some sort of positive news come from that. If you are in a relationship, that could be the time when your relationship with your partner is only strengthen, or if you're trying to, like get married or do something like that, this is also going to be an amazing time. We have a new moon in Cancer happening on July 14, and for a lot of you, it will be really a moment of new beginnings when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to your expression of yourself, and when it comes to some sort of taking more chances and risks in the things that you do. So maybe if you've been wanting and dying to say, what if, and try and do something new, this is definitely the moment to do it. Maybe a lot of you, like, I don't know if you're pregnant, that may be the time when you actually have your baby, because also the 5th house is all about kids or something that will be happening around kids as well. Then we do have Leo season happening, and Jupiter is also in the Leo there. So July 22nd, your focus really shifts to your routine, to your work responsibilities, to your relationship with your co-workers, as well as health and how you treat your physical body. So there will be a lot of growth happening there for the next year when Jupiter will be there as well. So you might be more proud of your professional achievements, and overall your professional achievements could only grow and be more noticeable for people around you. Then we have July 23rd when Mercury goes direct in Cancer. And for a lot of you, if you've been really confused about creative directions and about like, where is that excitement from life and where is the, where's this like almost like inner childness when it comes to you enjoying your life and being flirty and having some sort of like fun, nights out, things will start making more sense, and things will go more directly and more smoothly going forward. On July 22nd, we do have Saturn going retrograde. So when Saturn goes retrograde, it's really bringing your attention to some sort of commitments that you were promised yourself and to the universe to fulfill, but then you didn't. So if you've been really trying to say, oh my God, if this situation will pass, I will start working on this, I will start saving money, I will start repaying these things off, but you never committed to this and you never translate your commitments into actions, universe will literally slow you down. And Saturn is all about slowing you down and showing you obstacles before you become more disciplined and more committed to this thing. So pay attention to that. On July 26th, we do have karmic nodes changing their signs, and with the full moon also happening in Aquarius, it's going to be really like prominent and like big, almost like manifestation moment, and like things that you cannot ignore anymore when it comes to some sort of secret part of your life and subconsciousness and the patterns that you've been following and you've been taught or even born into that are happening there. So make sure you, well, not that you need to make sure, because like North Node will be there for a year and a half, and you will have to learn new ways of being this like being and relearning the patterns that you've been taught with your subconsciousness, something that your subconsciousness wants, but you were never able to translate it into real life. So yeah, this is your July.